What's up, fam? Welcome back to another Pep Wednesday where I put a little pep in your step for your midweek blues. This week we're going to exploring the secret recipe to how to generate great ideas. As creatives, we're in the business of ideas. And though I've been using this system subconsciously for many years, after reading Adam Morgan's book, Spock, Emotions Drive Business, he really quantified for me in words what I was already doing. So I wanted to share with you those 4 ingredients that will help you generate ideas consistently. So there are 4 key ingredients that help us generate great ideas. The first one is immersion, the second is connection, the third is incubation, and finally it's action. So let's start with the first one, immersion. What is immersion? That is basically the process of searching for inspiration and research. This is the first step in the process of generating great ideas. So every time I'm presented with a problem to solve, I begin by this research or immersion process where I gather lots of data from lots of different sources. For me personally, that can be from an inspiring TED Talk, it can be from a podcast, it can be from books that I've read, and of course visual cues. Because I am an illustrator, I like to collect lots of different references that I think might be handy in solving this specific problem. Those can be photographs, they could be from Pinterest or wherever you find your reference material. Once I've gathered or immersed myself in this inspiring data, step 2 comes into play, which is connections. So now I'm making a conscious effort to connect the different data points that I've collected in conjunction with the idea I'm hoping to generate or the problem I'm trying to solve. And so this process of generating ideas through connections is a slow process because it's our conscious mind making those decisions. And as I go through this process, I might strike gold and I might have that banger idea straight away and I can jump straight into action. But more often than not, I find as a creative, often I'll get stuck or pigeonholed into one specific idea, and I'll go down that rabbit hole and I'll have my blinders on. So I've closed myself off to other possibilities because I just got so fixated on that one specific idea. So this is where step 3 really comes into play, which is incubation. So incubation is the process of essentially distracting yourself. So I step away from the project, I do something completely different, whether it is creative, so like I could go and do some doodling, or maybe I'll do something completely different, which is writing a poem or going for a walk or just watching a movie. So for someone looking from the outside, this can seem like a distraction and a complete waste of time. But Adam Morgan says this gives the subconscious brain or your FOSS system a chance to process all the data and create more connections. I can't tell you the number of times I've been going for a walk or having a shower and suddenly there's this onslaught of ideas that have just spiraled into my mind. And this is because the subconscious mind has made those connections. It's organized the data in a way that I can process. After the incubation period, you'll find that it's a lot easier to generate those ideas and they start coming to you a lot faster. So you might ask yourself, why is this happening after this incubation period? Adam's answer is this: all the subconscious thinking has ordered the data. Now when you think about it, we can more easily make associations and connections. Now that the spark has been ignited, I just need to put that spark into action. Whether that is starting to draw out those rough sketches as an illustrator, or messing around with layout through thumbnailing, or just writing down those specific ideas as a writer. So this is the perfect recipe to generate ideas consistently. When you first start out, this might take you a lot longer. It might take you a day to do this. But as you do this consistently, it creates neural pathways in your brains. And so the more times you do it, the faster and faster you'll be able to get through it. When I first started out, it might have taken me a day. Now it could take me an hour to go through this process at a much shorter length to ignite this idea system. To conclude, the 4 ingredients to generate great ideas are immersion, where you search for inspiration and gather data. Connection, where you allow your conscious mind to connect the different data points that you've gathered and put them into one concise thought. Incubation, where you allow your subconscious mind to process the data. And lastly, action, where you put all the data gathered into a concise thought that is now presentable. So that's all for this week. I hope you found this inspiring. And as usual, do please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what you think.